Hi guys, welcome back to this new stream. A lot has happened in this past week. Most cryptos sank in their prices, and this was primarily due to China cracking down on cryptocurrencies. And of course, this followed a huge fear from investors, which made them basically sell and liquidate their assets. But again, most investors, when they liquidate nowadays, no one basically goes in and liquidates all the way to cash. They basically liquidate and put their holdings into stable coins in order to hedge price fluctuations. So basically, they go towards stable coins, they wait a couple of days, and then they buy back. This is exactly what happened recently with cryptocurrencies, where basically Bitcoin reached a price of $28,000. It bounced back up towards 34,000, but today it's still going down. And we can notice that in the past 7 days, prices are down around 12%. Ethereum, on the other hand, also reached and breached $2,000, and it reached 1,800. It reached around 2,000 as a bounce back up, but still, it's still sinking in price. I've had a huge criticism when I said when the crash happened. I did say that it's better not to buy if you are a long-term trader or long-time investor, because prices are still expected to fall downwards. And this is exactly what happened. Many people were saying that this is the perfect time to buy, and you have to buy. And, as most newbies say these days, you have to buy to the moon, which is something really stupid. You can say that as a joke, but of course, if you're really basing your trades on that, it's really stupid. And you have to always know where to enter and where to leave. Now, if you were a day trader, it was a good idea maybe to buy around 28 and then sell around $33,000. But of course, I'm sure that 90% of traders, no one did this exact same exit strategy or this specific trade. And they mostly bought around Ethereum, for example. They bought Ether around 1,800. And if you look at today's price, it's still 1,800. So looking back at the top 10, they are all in the red. Although if I look at the overall crypto market, it's up by 2%, 1.9. So this tells me that there are certain cryptocurrencies that made huge gains. And let us filter and see more. Okay, so we have Cello. This token, I spoke about it last time in our last live stream, and it was also doing great performances, and it is still on an uptrend. You have Quant, again, that was also, it also did some good price increases, and today it is still up by 5%. We have Decrypt. I'm not sure what that is. It's up by 5% today, but in the past 7 days, it's down by 4%. So this indicates that this token is just consolidating. And looking at the 7 days here, it's barely doing any movements. It only maybe adjusted back upwards from its low. So let's see the top 10 at a very quick glance in the beginning. And then I'm gonna delve deeper into some tokens. Today I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin, Ether, of course, Ripple, those top 3. I'm gonna look at Binance Coin. I wrote an article about that, and I think I did issue a trade setup. Let's see if this was a good trade. I'm going to talk about Cardano. I'm going to talk about Chainlink, and I'm going to talk about Solana as well. Many people were actually asking about that in our trading group. So I advise you guys to go ahead and head over to our CryptoTicker trading channel on Telegram, where we basically have discussions, and you will always have someone responding to you. We have an active community of cryptocurrency enthusiasts who are always there to help you. Of course, we are always learning together, so there's always new things that happen in the market. And we basically try our best to simplify everything for everyone. So you can go ahead and join our Telegram, and you can also go ahead and join our Twitter account. Follow our Twitter account. Basically, we are active there. We release all our articles that are issued on a daily basis. Trade analysis, news, recommendations, explainers. Basically, we have it all over at CryptoTicker. My name is Rudy Ferris. I am an equity trader and portfolio manager, and I work with CryptoTicker in the English section as a financial writer. And today what we're going to do is basically, as I said earlier, let's delve deeper into each cryptocurrency. But first, let me just look at the cryptocurrency as a whole. Okay. So as a whole, as I said earlier, we have like the whole market is down by is up by 2%, although the top 10 are like basically all down. The market is basically in the red. So Bitcoin dominance is slightly increasing, by the way, and this shows that any movement that happens with Bitcoin is reflected in other cryptocurrencies as well. So if Bitcoin is up, most of the market is up as well. If the market is down, this is what happens as well, and the whole market is down. Now what's weird is that the global crypto market cap is up by 2%, but I can see here that most coins are down for the day. 13, 9, 10. Let me just check again those tokens that made some profits. Here we go. So Cello increased by 30%. What happened with Quant? That was up a while ago. So the gainers are basically making more than the losers. Cello is lifting kind of the market. And decrease. The other ones are stable coins that are at zeros. I think this number here is not accurate. Let me refresh the page. Here we go. This makes more sense. I think the page was not refreshed. This section of the website on CoinMarketCap is refreshing on a constant basis, and they did issue a newsletter saying that this section is not refreshing, but this specific area right here was not refreshing. So here we go. You're welcome if you were new at this as well. Of course, the market is down. It was weird seeing that the market was up by 2%, whereas everything else was just falling in value. Cello is still up. It's going way up. Revain waves. We have those new ones. Okay, let's start by charting. And of course, I'm going to start with Bitcoin. Basically, Bitcoin's price is lingering on a very important level, and we did discuss this before. We said that when prices were around $38,000, we said specifically that Bitcoin's price might still fall towards 30, and this is exactly what happened. Now, when the price broke downwards towards $28,000, that was a clear sign of a further downtrend, and this basically this doesn't show like it's not recommended to buy at current prices, even though prices did adjust, but this is exactly what's happening. Let me open a new chart layout. Here we go. This is Bitcoin's dominance, of course. We can notice that when the crypto market was going up, Bitcoin's dominance was falling, and now that the whole market is going lower, Bitcoin's dominance is increasing in power. I think it's gonna go back up to 50%. Just because like Bitcoin is still a very big influence over the cryptocurrency market. Go to BTC USD, and this is basically the price. So let's talk exactly at what happened in the past few days. In the past few days, Bitcoin's price reached around $40,000, but failed to stay around this area. And this is the daily chart, by the way. And this is why if I plot the horizontal line that shows the big and the very strong support resistance area for Bitcoin, it can be seen around here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It clearly shows how prices are very affected by psychological price areas as well. So this is the resistance for Bitcoin in the short term, of course, we're talking. And then I have another resistance, another support, right around the other psychological price, which is the $30,000. 30.5, 31, yep, this is one, this is it. And basically prices were trying to consolidate between this area. So this is a strong buy zone, and this is a strong sell zone. But again, if you notice right here, this is where basically prices breached this the support area, and it fell all the way to $28,000. And that was a clear red flag for the whole cryptocurrency market. Of course, now, as I said, prices did adjust back up, but they failed to continue on their uptrend, and they, like all the price increases that happened in the past 3 days, like just collapsed again yesterday, and today I think it's going to happen as well. Now, what's going to happen specifically, if I want to be more specific, it all depends on whether prices manage to go back up from the $31,500 area. So if prices continued, like closed lower for the day, this is a huge red flag. Of course, do not buy. And there, I'm sure some people are going to say, are not going to be happy about what I'm saying, but I'm just clearly talking from a trader's point of view. No affections and no emotions are in play. I'm not sure how people can't see that. Why would you buy at this, around this downtrend? Of course, thing is approximate. You can never say that this is the exact line that we're talking about, but basically this is a clear downtrend. If prices ended up here, they might rebound back up, but this is at your own risk. In my opinion, if prices continued going lower, because ever since the crash, prices failed to gain back their momentum. So the momentum is basically lost. Many people are insignificant to what Elon Musk says anymore. So that was before Elon Musk. It went up and then back to this current level. Before, prices were kind of picking up, but from this point of view, this side here, this is a clear failed uptrend. So what I can say, if I want to be a long-term trader, I can see this pattern right here. I'm not sure if anyone knows what a head and shoulder is. So the first, left shoulder, head. And that's the right shoulder, guys. This is a very, very risky pattern. And basically, if prices today and tomorrow, like let's say this week, we're Saturday today, so let's say prices failed to pick up, definitely prices are gonna reach this area right here, which is around $20,000, between 20 and 18. Because we already were at $28,000. And I did write an article talking about how Bitcoin's price, when it was back at $40,000, I specifically said how Bitcoin is gonna reach the 20K level. And of course, such articles are not very looked at against like the other hyped articles. Like when you say like, can Bitcoin reach $100,000, $500,000, everyone jumps in. But when we are rational, and people don't like rational, people mainly like hyped articles and hyped, news. So this is basically what they do. Now for Bitcoin, it is very scary. I don't recommend buying Bitcoin. Again, I say that in pure confidence. Bitcoin might rebound all the way to $40,000, but this is a bad trade. You're just gambling if you want to talk about buying right now, despite all those indicators that are happening right now. A short-term downtrend, a head and shoulder pattern that's been happening ever since 2021, the beginning of this year. This is a very scary trend. So, to sum up, I don't advise buying Bitcoin right now. If you are looking at the short term and you want to place a trade, you can definitely place a trade right here. Place your stop loss around $29,500, $29,500. Take a profit around $35,000, which will make you around 4,000 up if you make money and 1,000 if you lose money. 4-to-1 risk rewards. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna go to Ether now. Let me refresh the page. Invalid symbol. Oh, did I write Ether? ETH. Okay, here we go. So now we can talk about how Ether failed and is starting to look bad. Okay. Why? Because in our previous analysis, we saw how Ether's price was going on an uptrend. Despite this huge crash that happened in the cryptocurrency market, we said that that was simply an adjustment, and this is true. Because I'm gonna draw the parallel channel again, so we can clearly see how prices were going. Here we go. And that was our uptrend channel, where Ether's price was just going up. Right here, we had the breakout on the top, and then we had another adjustment. It reached a very overbought area. And then prices collapsed in tandem with the cryptocurrency market when, in the beginning, we had Vitalik dumping all his dog tokens and talking shit about those new projects that are coming up. But the guy did donate his coins, so it was maybe done for a good cause. I'm not sure if anyone lost during this area, this specific timeline. You can say maybe you donated in a non-direct way. And then here we go. This is where Elon said that he's not supporting Bitcoin anymore. And it made all this crash all the way here. And again, it was barely for one day, but prices went back upwards. And so far, like if you look right here, we can see how prices started to fade gradually. Although it was still inside this uptrend channel. Right around here, I did say how if prices failed to go back up, we will have a definite crash. And exactly this is what happened. Prices lingered for like 2 days, and then on the third day, they just fell. All the way from an up of 2,200 all the way to 1,690 or 700. It depends on which exchange you are looking at. And still today we are below that area. And I do expect prices to reach 1,550. We're gonna delimit this. And I think this is a good buy area for the short term. Again, so you place a very tight stop loss when prices reach around here, but you have to wait for a confirmation. Don't go ahead and directly buy because prices can continue lower. So you basically wait for a reversal and then you place your buy. It's fine if you don't place your buy right on the area. It's always good to just wait for confirmation. And this basically depends on each trader's, risk tolerance. So if you wait longer, this is basically a confirmation, but at the same time, you will lose, like, it is an opportunity cost of waiting for prices to go back up. So you will miss out on this, on the difference between the area and the current price upwards. So today at prices at around 1,750, the exact price that I said not to buy, it reached that area again, and I doubt anyone sold around here, around 2,000. Prices are expected to definitely reach 1,500. Let me just draw that so we do remember. Now, if they reach this area, they might linger right here for like a brief period of time before we know what might actually happen, because they might go back to 2,000, but still it's a bit of a stretch and nobody knows what might happen. This might happen right here. Okay, that's it for Ethereum, for Ether specifically, not the blockchain. We have the EIP 1559 coming up. I think it's already started, by the way, so let's see how those events are going to affect prices. So far, it's not doing good. This means that miners are not very happy. So let's see. This is for Ether. Recommendation, don't buy. Let's go to XRP. Now, XRP is a bummer, honestly. XRP was expected to do wonders. So basically, our trade setup, I wrote a trade setup, sorry, for XRP. Back when prices were around 55 cents or 60 even. And I placed a take profit of around 68, I think. 68 cents. And this is exactly what happened. So this right here was a trade setup given over at CryptoTicker's articles, where I did place to open a trade around 55 cents or 60 for confirmation. And then prices reached 68 cents. That was a very good trade, of course, for the short term, for short-term traders or day traders. Like this happened in 2 days, maximum. Now, I want to analyze Ripple. We take a clear picture right there. We have a strong support around 42 cents. Here we go. We have a strong resistance around 1.1 or 1 even. We lower it down to 1. We have a strong, 78 cents. That was a support that will now turn into a resistance. Let me color those. So this is in red. It was okay, fine, yellow. And this one as well. Orange, like amber. And so far, prices of Ripple of the XRP token specifically, are falling. So I think that definitely prices might reach this area right here again. And we can see a clear pattern between all cryptocurrencies. Ether, Bitcoin, Ripple, and that's why we talk about dominance, by the way. So every time a price moves, another cryptocurrency moves by a percentage, of course, by a different percentage, but following the same trend. So if it is an uptrend, prices are going to go up, downtrend is going to go down. And of course, for Ripple, we can see that it is basically a lagger. And we already know that in 2017, when cryptocurrency started to go up in prices, Bitcoin reached $10,000 while Ripple was still around 17 or 18 cents or 20. And suddenly Ripple started to appreciate in value. And yeah, that's why we basically know how Ripple is a lagger. Even right here, in April of this year, prices were still around 50 and 60 cents. And suddenly prices started to fall, to rise and follow the rest of the cryptocurrency market. So today, since prices are crashing, Ripple is still expected to crash even harder. Specifically that there is no more news about what's happening with the SEC lawsuit. We do know that they might settle or they might even win the case, but so far there's no news, and you know the markets are always hungry for news. That's why for now, since the cryptocurrency market is crashing and there's heavy dumping that's happening in the market, XRP prices are expected to fall towards 40 cents. We already reached around 40, around 50. So for a confirmation, we would wait for a break of 50 cents, and then they will definitely fall towards 40 cents. But if they reversed around 50 cents, it might be a good buying area for day traders. Again, I specifically talk about day traders when it is a downtrend. You will never be an investor for a long term if you want to buy in a bearish market. This doesn't happen. In the equity market, when we talk about stock markets and futures, bonds, basically equity traders, what they do is whenever there's an uptrend, traders they reduce their portfolios of day trading and they turn into portfolio managers, meaning that they buy for the long term. And whenever the market is crashing, professional traders they reduce the size of their holdings. They start to liquidate and they become active traders. So in this downtrend, of course, you have to be an active trader. That's why for now, every time I say don't buy, of course don't buy. But if you are a day trader and you can afford staying on the screen for like at least 1 hour just to do your analysis and place your trades and place your stop losses, which is very important, you might be able to buy at certain prices, as I said for other cryptocurrencies earlier. But for Ripple, I don't see a clear buying zone because it might still fall down. So for Ripple, I don't recommend to buy at all. That's for XRP. Let me go to ADA, to Cardano. Now Cardano's price action is a bit similar also to Ether. And that's why earlier I was talking about how cryptocurrencies are somehow very familiar in their trend. Here we go. It is very similar to Ether's trend. Now, of course, those lines, when I draw them, they are never exact. Just consider them as a reference for your analysis, but not as soon as it touches this line, you have to buy. This is, of course, child's play. But it basically gives you guidance into how you should basically place your trades, how you should analyze the market, and what's happening to this specific cryptocurrency at a macro level. If you want to go micro, you have to zoom in and not look at the daily. But for now, of course, ADA's price is not anymore on an uptrend. Since prices right here breached, they tried, why am I saying breached? Because they tried to go upwards for like 3 days, the exact same timeline for Ether as well, by the way, if you want to compare them, the exact same timeline for 3 days. The third day prices just fell heavily. From 1.4 all the way to 1. To what 1? 1 is a psychological price. If you notice right here, let me just highlight those prices all the way to 1. This is right here 1, and that's another one right here, and that's another one right here, that's another one right here. They are almost reaching the $1 psychological price area. All the way, let me just highlight it all. I don't want to color it the whole thing. So this area is a very strong support. You might want to basically look out for this specific price action. Whenever prices reach this area before, they tended to reverse upwards. I'm not saying you have to buy exactly at this area when prices reach this here, but this is an indication that it is a good trade setup. So let's assume again, ADA's price is gonna fall further all the way to $1. Would I directly buy? Maybe, it depends on your strategy. You can buy around here and place take profits of 20% from 1 to 1.2. And this gives you a 20% return over the short term. And if you want to place your stop, I would place it around 0.92 just to stay away from all those potential price dips that happened in the past. So this is for ADA again. Don't buy. Many people are going to be pissed about what I'm saying, and they will say that you have to buy to the moon, which is something really childish to say. We are professional traders. We do our analysis, and we know when to wait and when to enter the market and when to get out. Never be emotional. Right now, there's nothing to buy. Why would I buy at this price, for example? Just because it's at 1.2? What does it mean? I don't know. So at 1.2, prices tended to consolidate all around. It went all the way to 1.4 and all the way down to $1. So it is kind of a stretch to buy or ride around here, knowing that prices are going to reach my buy zone. And that's for ADA. I'm gonna go to Link, Chain Link, and then I'm gonna do Solana for today. Here we go. So first I start on a macro level. Prices were consolidating for an extended period of time before 2021, right around here. And that was basically between this is weird. Okay, we fix this. And then we had a breakout upwards when prices started to increase, of course, in tandem with the whole cryptocurrency market. But then again, in May, when Vitalik dumped the first stage, and then Elon started to tweet how he's against Bitcoin for environmental issues, which is really stupid, by the way. And I did talk about that in our previous live stream. It fell all the way, if you notice, towards, check this price specifically. I want to know how low it reached. It reached a low of $15. And if you notice right here today, again, it fell towards $15. That's why I like to look at the low of the day as well. It's not only important to look at the close, which is here, because it closed around 19, but it did fall towards $15 right here. So let me delimit this area, because for me, this is very important. And if I do delimit 15, let me see if there are other price consolidation around this area. Yeah, well, Right here, it broke out from 15 and then went back to 15 and then went all the way up. This is a very important area for Link. Now, prices are around $16. You might, if you want to buy Link, you can. I'm not saying you should, but you should definitely place your stop loss around $14. But place your of course, your short term, I'm talking short term take profit around $20. Unless the whole market shows strength in prices, then you might want to place a trailing stop loss, which increases as long as the market is going up. So for me, this is kind of a buy zone if you want. But of course, it's important to look at the overall cryptocurrency market just for confirmation. Right here, prices, I would say, as a first take profit around $20, like from 15 to 20 is a good 20%, 25% increase. And this is my number one, my first take profit area. Of course, if you notice, I'm not placing take profits around 50. This is kind of stupid when we're in the middle of a bear market. And prices are just falling down. So it's good just to see a small reversal, and you should definitely take your profits. Of course, I'm talking again as day traders. If you are not a day trader, if you don't like to sit in front of the screen, if you feel hype and emotions every time prices are fluctuating on the minute chart, on the 1 minute chart, definitely don't do that. Don't lose your cool and go buy. Just wait for better opportunities, and when prices start to pick up, and this is where you buy. Stop. You don't need to look at all those price fluctuations if you're not into trading. Trading is not for everyone. Despite what everyone says, you can just trade on your part-time, do that, whatever. I studied that for years. In university, I had my diploma, my master's in portfolio management from London. And yeah, you should definitely not do that if this is not your area of expertise. So of course, for Link, you might want to buy right here, but place your tight stop loss around $13.5 right here. And for the last crypto, which is Solana. Let's see what's happening right here. Okay, I can see why people are hyping Solana. Solana is basically on an uptrend, despite this is the crash that happened, right? And the pickup happened a few days ago. Was that a few days ago? No, it's right here. This is this crash, which is fine. It's not that important. But let me just check right here. So the $24 price for Solana is very important. Right here. This area, like for me as a trader, I wouldn't be interested in buying Solana at current prices, knowing that prices can still fall towards $24. As soon as prices reach $24, I might say, yes, why not? I can buy either and place a tight stop loss if I like risk. But if I am not very risk tolerant, I might wait for a reversal in the trend and a confirmation that the downtrend, this short downtrend right here ended and there's a reversal. This is number one. So number one, I wouldn't buy right now. But if you look at it from a macro view, prices are increasing steadily, but right now we are in the middle of a very important area. And by the way, this is also like this one here. This is also a channel. And whenever I talk about channels, it's not something arbitrary. It has to do with the buying power being exact at those levels, but we visualize it using charts. gonna be lower. We visualize this with charts, but I wouldn't say it's a channel, right? So again, if I want to look at that right here, this is a very important day for Solana. Either it might break it and continue lower to 24, and at this $24, you might want to say that I want to buy the dip. This is where you buy the dip. Buying the dip is not something arbitrary, of course. Whenever I see any price in the air, in thin air, and not knowing where I want to enter, because right here, I can see that prices lingered for like 3 days for around $24. It retraced back to $24 and then went back up. That's the first time. And sorry, that's the first time. That's the second time right here. That's the third time. That's the fourth time. Fifth, sixth, seventh, and expected to do it in an eighth time. So I would definitely wait for Solana. No, of course I'm not going to buy at 29 and 20, $27 unless prices become around 30. And this is basically a confirmation about the continuation of the uptrend. But you have to always buy around either this area, either this area. For me, since definitely the overall crypto market is falling, I would definitely buy around here because I know that prices are going to sink further. Because if I buy right here, it means that the crypto market is on the way of rebounding. But looking back at coin market cap, let me refresh this. It doesn't look it. It's already down 6% the whole market. It was down 3% when I started this stream, and this means that prices are sinking further. It is not available to buy today because as we've seen for all the cryptocurrencies that we discussed today, we discussed 6 cryptocurrencies today. Solana, Ether, Ripple, XRP, Link, Bitcoin, and ADA. All 6 are showing, all 5 from the 6 are showing that we have to wait, for the exception of Link, I think, where I said like we can buy only for the short term, but I think it's better to wait. I think that's it for today. I'm not sure. Did I miss anything? Let me see. I think this is it. So to recap, don't buy. Prices are falling. That's very obvious. Although many people are always thinking that they are, they take those lingos in the crypto market and they throw it left and right, and they do influence us. Honestly, if we like read some tweets of someone who's talking about, hey, you have to buy now. Prices are very cheap. Bitcoin is gonna go back to 60,000. Well, yeah, maybe I am a savvy investor in Bitcoin and I love cryptocurrencies, but I'm not someone rational. I wouldn't just buy left and right. So that's it for today. I think, I hope we learned something, especially with charting. It's very important to go back and do our own charting. Even if we watched someone on YouTube, do it by yourself. I recommend using TradingView. It is a very good charting software and you can use it for free. Okay, but you can only open one chart at a time. So if you don't have more than one screen, it's fine. And follow our news articles because we often write very accurate information, and this is basically what always happens. Follow our Twitter account, join our Telegram group where we basically ask each other questions and we try to answer as much as possible. And I will see you guys on our next live stream, which is next week. And until then, cheers and have a great weekend, guys.